You alright guys, it is time for the Fun Kids Gaming Show. What lovely, delightful topic are we going to be covering today here in the wonderful Fun Kids studio? Well, I thought I'd tell you about 5 video games. I'm loving the top 5 vibes at the moment. The top 5 games that changed my life. So I think you should definitely go and check them out. So a little bit of a self-indulgent one, but I reckon these games, if you haven't played them yet, I'm sure a lot of you would have played them. If you have played them, definitely let me know what your thoughts on those games are in the comments below, and we can all share nostalgic stories and tales of Pokemon related stuff, etc. So go and get involved with the conversation in the comments. But yeah, I want to tell you about 5 games that changed my entire landscape and thoughts on video games in general. Let me know what yours ones are as well in the comments. Is that a sentence? Not sure it is. Number 5, games that changed my life. Here's the first one, and here's a biggie as well. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic has got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. Now, the reason why Sonic is so important to me and why I love him, you obviously know that I do. If you watch this channel, you know that I've got a big soft spot for Sonic. Is that it's the first game really I've properly played. When my dad came home with a Sega Mega Drive back in the day, and I got to play Sonic, and it was the game that I was obsessed with. I wanted Sonic stuff all the time. I had like Sonic teddies, everything. Sonic changed everything for me video game wise, and that is what got me into gaming. Plus as well, it was a revolutionary platformer of its time. Blah blah blah. A revolutionary platformer of its time. Because usually platformers were kind of a lot slower, like Super Mario. When Super Mario first came out in 1985, stats on the Fun Kids Gaming Show, it was like kind of, you know, plodding, jumping on people's heads. Sonic, for its time when it first came out, was breakneck speed, mate. Sonic just smashing through them bad nicks and getting stuff done. So Sonic, if you've not played the original Sega Mega Drive Sonic games yet, I mean, I've got a whole top 5 of Sonic games of all time on this channel for you to go and check out. If you haven't played the original Sonic games yet, do it now, please. Number 4, Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII, that was a beast. What a beast of a game that was. That was probably the first, like, proper big boys game that I played. I was all about, like, you know, like your Crash Bandicoots, your Spyros, your Sonics, Buster's Treasure Hunt. Like, my taste in games was usually, still quite is to an extent, quite silly. Final Fantasy VII was like a proper big boys game with like loads of stats in RPG things, in materia and different things to equip to do different stuff, and I was a bit like, I think this might be a little bit too rich for my blood. But what a game that is. I think that's the game that I've fully thrown myself into, and also it was one of the very first cinematic games. A lot of games are like playing interactive films now, but games weren't like that back in the day. Final Fantasy VII was a revolutionary game. Plus, you know it's a good one because there's a next-gen remake coming out, but that, I don't know when that's going to be out, like maybe like 2025 or something mad. It seems to get pushed back all the time. But you can get Final Fantasy VII for Android, do you believe? It's a little bit spenny, but worth it. And I think you probably get it on Steam as well. Don't quote me on that, but I think Final Fantasy VII in its original form is readily available. If you haven't played that yet, go and check it out. The final boss, one of my favourite gaming memories. I just remember just being sat in the living room next to my mate Will, but we call him Niall because he looks like Niall from One Direction. And I was like, oh man, when that music hit, the famous Sephiroth music. Is that? Yeah, Sephiroth. When that music hit, game changer. We knew stuff was going down. Great game, play it, go, deal with it. Third one in my list of games that'll change your life. Now this one was a game changer. I mean, you know I'm a fan of Pokemon. It's obvious. Look at the Heroes Division, for goodness sake. We've got in our Heroes Division in our WWE series on N60, Sean. We've got wrestlers with Charmander heads. We've got wrestlers with Pikachu heads. We've got a giant, out of control Bellsprout, Detective Pikachu, that's just turned up. on the scene. We're a big fan of Pokemon. So Pokemon Red, I remember, in fact, the lad who's Pokemon Red I played on for the first time messaged me on Instagram. I haven't spoken to him for years, but he messaged me quite recently, and and it was his Pokemon Red that I played on when I was staying over at his when we were both quite small, and that was again a game changer. I played it for so long it made his Game Boy's batteries run out, and I lost all my progress. But I remember that first bit of Pokemon experience. I'll remember it forever. I had a little Charmander, a Magikarp, a Zubat, and a Clefairy. That was my little squad. 4 hours of playing it, that sleepover. But that just opened up everything. Like, I've played all of the games since they've come out, and I played them loads. It also made me want to make my own games. That was one of the big things when playing Sonic. I used to spend a lot of time designing Sonic levels. The Pokemon games made me want to make my own Pokemon universe. And if you go back into the archives on my YouTube channel, N60 Sean, you will find Pokemon N60, which is my homebrew Pokemon game laced with lashings of cringe. So go and check that out. Maybe I'll restart that series. If that's a series you guys want to see, go and let me know in the comments. And I used to make a lot of games. I've got another very cringy game which I've recently got back hold of called, oh man, it's a really cringy RPG game. Again, if enough of you comment, you know, showing some Fun Kids Gaming Show love, I will maybe play a series of that game. Maybe. But Pokemon made me want to create games and also just love that universe. So Pokemon Red, huge game. Number 2 is The Sims. I love The Sims. The Sims, my favourite memory of The Sims was me and my mates. We just used to make like everyone in school and like the girls we fancied and make them marry them because we were like proper losers. But The Sims, I reckon, as a franchise of a game with The Sims 2, The Sims 3, man, we poured some hours into that. It was so good. And also as well, I wanna resurrect some sort of Sims series on my YouTube channel. I can just sort of see getting in some more of the minor characters from my WWE series involved in The Sims, like my man Matt Rubio. Do you remember that house with N60 Sean and Matt Rubio knocking about? That would be pretty awesome, I think. So I wanna, and I've never played The Sims 4. Never played The Sims 4. All the rest of them played loads of. But no, I've not played The Sims 4. But The Sims was a game-changing game in my life. And number 1. Now, fans of my YouTube channel, if you have checked out my YouTube channel, you'll know that we love WWE on the old YouTube channel. We're a big fan. But the game that started everything, it's the game that got me into watching WWE, it's the game that got me into WWE games, was a little game called WWF Warzone on the PS1. I'd never really been involved with wrestling before that, never watched it, probably knew who Hulk Hogan was, and that was it. Didn't have any idea of Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock or who any of those dudes were. And the thing which drew me to the game is I had a good review in a PlayStation magazine that I read, and it also had the ability to create your own wrestler, which is mad if you think of how big created wrestlers are in my existence now, and the fact that we have a whole series on a YouTube channel where thousands and thousands of people submit their creations to appear on our series. That was the game where it all started, a little game called WWF Warzone, and I'm pretty sure A, it was probably the first actually good wrestling game that was ever released, because they were all rubbish before then, and and secondly, it was also the first wrestling game to have a create a wrestler option in it, which was a game changer, and no mistake. So yeah, those are the 5 games that changed my existence, and I think you should all go and check out. And that is it for the Fun Kids Gaming Show. Thank you for just joining me on this delightful stroll down memory lane. Hasn't it been quite the delight? So yeah, in the comments, let me know any stories you have of those games, and if you would like to see more of Pokemon N60 and also the weird little RPG game that I made when I was in year 9, then let me know in the comments. I've been N60 Sean. See you later, bye.